Hey, good morning, folks. Happy 2026. It's my first day out in the garage since getting back from vacation and my first week back at work. So looking forward to getting started on some projects I got lined out here. Today I'm doing a paint restoration on the old Warhorse, Project 124. The bike gets ridden a lot more than any of my other bikes, and the paint kind of looks like it. So it's not in bad shape, but I figure today is 31 degrees, not really riding anyway. I just washed the bike before the Christmas break, so I figured today I'd give it a little paint restoration and film some of that. So anyway, here's what we're doing. All right, this is Project 124, 2020 Road Glide, 124 cubic inch Milwaukee 8 engine. So today, as I mentioned, I'm going to be doing the paint restoration. Sorry if these lights are blinding. I've got my shop light set up so I can kind of see what's going on. But the real issue with this thing is it looks good from 10 feet away like most Harleys do, but if you get up close, hopefully you can see that there's a lot of water spots going on here in the paint. Like I said, I just rinsed this thing the other day, dried it off. I haven't really got around to polishing it yet. You can see there's a lot in the chrome there on the tank, and just a lot of imperfections, a lot of things going on. This bike, like I said, is a 2020. It's got around, I think, 24,000 miles on it. So the mileage is not that high, but this is an all-weather Harley. It gets ridden in the rain. It's not a show bike by any means. Like I mentioned, it's the Warhorse. So I'm gonna try to do something with the paint today. I'm gonna do a water spot removal, a polish and wax after that using the buffer. So that's kind of where we are, and hopefully we can get all this. Yeah, I still got to do a little bit of cleaning there because I did it first and missed a couple of spots. But anyway, that's what we're doing today, and here's the products I'm using. I've had good luck with the Griot's Garage products. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not, but the first thing we're going to do is a water spot removal. This product is kind of a mild acidic. I don't think it's completely neutral, but according to the instructions, you need to use it, then immediately wipe it off. Don't let it dry on the surface, and then neutralize your paint with either water or another car wash. So what I've done in the past is use one of these waxing pads, because I don't like to spray this on the surface freely where it drifts. I'll spray it on the pad, then just rub it in, and that has worked in the past. I've done this once before, but it's been several years ago. So my plan is, like I said, spray it on the pad, use the pad to wipe it out, and then I'm going to use these microfiber towels to dry. And then immediately after that, I'm going to come back with the Griot's Garage spray-on car wash, and that should neutralize anything that's going on, with the water spot remover. And then I'm going to, again, use a microfiber towel to wipe that off. So that's the plan for today. We'll see how far we get, and then after this water spot removal, I'm going to immediately polish and then wax the bike. So my goal is to get all that protection done now. So during the upcoming spring, when I'm actually riding and getting after it, hopefully I can keep my paint in good shape. I haven't done a full paint restoration on this yet. Well, I'm calling it a paint restoration, but what I mean by that is the two-part buffing and waxing process. Like I said, the paint is in really good shape, but when you run your hand across it, there is some stiction there, or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't glide across there like a finely waxed surface. So that's a goal for today, get this paint in good shape. I'm hoping I can get the water spot removal done and the polishing and waxing done all today before I go back to work tomorrow. And then hopefully it'll be looking good and we'll be good to go. More to come. Okay, just got through with the water spot removal. Did that with the Griot's Garage water spot removal formula and a pad. So just wanted to kind of show you the results of that. Maybe hard to see, I'm not sure if the light's working, but it definitely removed all the water spots. You can definitely see in the chrome where it took a lot of that out. Now one thing to note is, see if we can get the right angle on it. It definitely leaves some streaks in your finish and everything, so it kind of looks like, I don't know, just kind of streaks on it. Trying to see here. Maybe hard to see in this light. It's actually warmed up a little bit, so I think after I take a quick break for lunch, I'm going to come back and probably open up the shop door where we can see a lot better, have a lot more light in here. But so this stuff kind of leaves just like a real streaky finish, if that makes sense, because in addition to the water spots, it will take some of your wax off, which I'm getting ready to wax anyway, so I don't really care. But I think it did a good job. Like I said, this is a war horse, not a show pony. So, you know, just trying to keep it as clean as I can, but, you know, not show quality clean. So anyway, the next step after this is to use the spray on car wash to neutralize this product, the water spot remover. That's recommended after you use it to wash or put water on it or do something to neutralize the spot remover. Sounds kind of counterintuitive or counterproductive, but that'll take the streaks out and also get you ready for polishing and buffing. So I'm going to come back and do that next. Okay, so now I've got the bike complete with stage 2. Stage 1 was the water spot removal. Stage 2 was the waterless car wash to neutralize the acidic portion of the waterless or the water spot remover. So now I'm getting ready to do the polish and wax, but just wanted to show this intermediate step. If you can tell from the camera, this is really a lot better. The water spot remover got rid of all the water spots like we mentioned, but then the waterless car wash kind of, you know, brought out the shine and got rid of a large portion of the kind of the smears and streaks we saw. Of course, that wasn't really the reason for it. The main reason was just to get rid of the remaining or the residue from the water spot remover. Also pull the rack off of the tour pack so I can polish this whole surface and wax it. But yeah, she's getting there. It's looking a lot better now. So like I said, it's time to wash, or excuse me, it's time to wax. So these are the products I got from Griot's Garage. I really like these. This is a 3-part system. Also got the buffer here. It's like a, I can't remember what size this is. They make like a 8-inch and a 4 or whatever. What are these? 3-inch. These are 3-inch pads. They have different type pads for correction, fine polishing, all that, different levels of, I guess, foam. But so for today, I've used this system before. It works pretty good. If you're doing a 3-part wash and wax or a 3-part paint restoration, the first thing you do is a corrective cream. That's mildly abrasive, and it removes, you know, any type of swirl marks or, you know, stains or things like that you've got. The second step is the perfecting cream, which actually, you know, brings out the shine and really just makes your paint pop, so to speak. And then the last part is the best of show wax, which protects all the work you just did and holds that finish in. So for today, I've looked at the paint, I've assessed it. It's not in bad shape, it just hasn't been washed and waxed in a while, but I don't think there's enough you know, contaminants or swirl marks or whatever to warrant doing the corrective cream. So we're going to eliminate that and just make this a 2-part process today. First with the perfecting cream and then covering it up with the best in show wax. So time to get started on that. All right. Well, damn, there's the air compressor. Loud mouth. All right, we just got through with the correcting cream. It really brought out the shine. Everything is looking spectacular. Also, it warmed up enough where I got the door open now. It's 50-something degrees now. It was 30-something when we started this morning. But anyway, got most of the, the water spot remover, removed that. Then we did this correcting cream to kind of get most of the swirls out. Again, this is not a show bike. This is the Warhorse Project 124. It's my daily ride. So, and it is an all-weather Harley, so I ride in the rain. But I think it looks pretty good. And the only step we have left now is to repeat kind of the process we just did, but instead of doing it with perfecting cream, we're going to do it with the Best in Show wax. So getting ready to do this will be the last part of the process. Also, they recommend a red polishing pad instead of the yellow, which I guess is a little more abrasive for the perfecting cream. So we're going to swap that out and do the Best in Show wax, and then check back after that. I'm not going to record this part because essentially the time lapse you just watched is going to be exactly the same thing. The only difference is it's a red pad instead of an orange or yellow, and I'm using a different material. So I guess I'm going to get after that, and we'll see what the final product or finished product looks like here in a bit. All right, just got through with the wax removal. I waxed everything, let it sit for about 30 minutes, and then wiped it off. And man, she's looking nice and shiny now. Still got a few things to do. I got to put my tour pack rack on. I haven't got that on yet, and I still need to wipe my chrome off because I haven't wiped it off since I washed the bike. So it'll look a little better when I do that. But anyway, just wanted to show the difference. I'm trying to remember all the areas we looked at. I know this was one, but kind of hard to tell. But 0 water spots. Paint is sparkling. Also down here looks pretty good. Main thing is or not the main thing, but one of the things is the gas tank. I mean, that looks really good. Let me walk across this light here. And then the chrome had a lot of water spots too. You can't see any more of that. Shining pretty good. Pretty happy with the way everything turned out. Got the old stiletto red Harley paint looking good. I need to put my rack back on here. I hadn't done that yet, but you can see how much a difference it makes up here. This is an area that gets a lot of hand traffic because whenever I'm traveling, if we're two up, I have the rack on here and stuff strapped to it. So there's hooks hitting it from time to time, and a lot of fingerprints, stuff like that. But I think overall I'm extremely pleased. I like the Griot Garage products. I've had a lot of luck with them, and so hopefully, this will last for a year or so. Just got the the 2-part, the perfection cream, or the water spot removal, perfection cream, and then following up with the wax. So in my mind, it's about as good as a daily driver is going to get. Like I said, I ride the shit out of this thing in the rain and shine anywhere else. You can see there's like a nick there I could probably fix. Can't tell if you can see it from the angle where a rock hit it, and a few other odds and ends. But overall, man, pretty happy with the way it turned out. We'll see how long this wax lasts, and I'll do it again. I think I'm going to try to maybe start doing this once a year in the winter when it's relatively cold outside. It warmed up today, so it's 50 degrees now. I could probably be riding if I wanted to, but I'm glad I got this done. Just happy to knock it out and get the bike back in service. Not that it was out of service, but I washed it and I didn't want to ride it until I had a chance to do this paint restoration. So anyway, that's it for today. Really happy with everything, and we'll see how it holds up. Maybe I'll check up with a follow-up video here in 6 months or so and see how it's hanging, how the paint's hanging. All right, folks, I wanted to show the final product here. I didn't have a chance the other day because it was actually dark when I got through, and so this is, what is today, Friday, so it's a few days later, but the sun finally came out while I was off work, so I figured I'd show this. But Yeah, everything turned out really good, like I expected. So pretty happy with the way this thing looks. She's definitely shining, and the old stiletto red is popping in the sun pretty good. So very happy with that. Also went ahead and installed a new flag. Got the Texas flag going on there because my old American flag had about 20-something thousand miles on it, and it was in pretty rough shape. So went ahead and popped that on there. See how long that one lasts. Those are made by ProPad, by the way. That's the flag holder I got. And I can't remember if I had it on my old Road Glide or Road King or not, but this is a high quality product. Chrome looks good, and the flags last a long time. Anyway, yeah, just looking at the paint though, man, it is all nice and sparkly. Kind of got rid of all the old swirl marks and things we had, you know, on here from 20,000 miles of use and abuse. Maybe not abuse, but definitely rode hard and put up wet. Again, all weather Harley, rides in the rain or shine, and just really happy with the way, you know, everything turned out. So anyway, that's pretty much the end of this video. Just wanted to catch a quick glimpse of the Project 124 out here in the sunlight. Again, man, it's probably not show level clean. There's probably some nooks and crannies that didn't get cleaned as much as they needed to, but my main concern was just getting a good coat of wax on the paint for long-term protection. And you know, the way it looks is also a good little benefit there as well. So definitely happy with everything. Man, that paint really pops out here in the sunlight. I hope it's coming across good on the GoPro. Kind of hard to tell from this little bitty screen. I guess I'll see when we go back inside. But anyway, man, that's the end of this project from Gimpley's Garage. Thanks for riding along, and we'll see you on the next one.